Good morning, students. This is Vijayalakshmi here, your business studies teacher. Recently, you people might have got the latest circular sent by CBSE. Some of the topics of business studies also deleted because of COVID-19. Already we have done like types of plans, that is deleted now. Formal and informal communication, that is deleted now. Rest of the topics that we have done till now, Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 4, Unit 5. From Unit 1, nothing is deleted. Unit 2, nothing is deleted. Unit 4, types of plans are deleted now. Unit 5, types of organization, formal and informal. Those are deleted now. And presently we are doing Unit 3. Till now, whatever we have done, all that is within the syllabus itself. One topic is also deleted. Two topics are deleted from this unit also. First one is demonetization and second one is impact of government new economic policy. Right? We have not done these two topics till now. So you don't need to do these topics. If you have already read it from your books, no need to do it now. So today we will continue with our next topic of business environment, that is new economic policy or economic reforms since 1991 or economic reforms of Narasimha Committee. Now these reforms were taken in 1991 when Congress party was in power and Mr. Manmohan Singh was finance minister at that time. And India was facing a lot of financial problems. Government of Indian financial structure was very weak. During that time, various reforms were taken to strengthen the economic condition of the country. So the main center of these economic reforms were liberalization, privatization and globalization, LPG. Liberalization means to give liberty to industrial sector, to minimize the restrictions. Before 1991, many industries were required to take license from the government before commencement of business. But after 1991, after this economic policy, only 6 industries were left which were required to take license from the government. Mainly are related to arms and ammunition or alcohol based industries. Next one is privatization. Privatization means to give encouragement to private sector. Means the industries which are already in public sector, new industries of same nature to be established in private sector. And even the industries which are suffering losses and those are in public sector, to convert them into private sector, either completely or partially. So main motive was to give encouragement to private sector. And third one is globalization. Globalization means to integrate the economy of our country with the rest of the world. Means there should be free flow of goods, services, techniques and human beings from one country to another country. So globalization. And main objective of all these liberalization, privatization and globalization, the main objectives were to give encouragement to private sector, to attract foreign investment through globalization, to eliminate unnecessary controls through liberalization, to encourage foreign trade and to encourage foreign investment in our country through FDIs and MNCs. So these were the main objectives of economic reforms. Now what were the major steps taken so that these reforms, these objectives could be achieved? First of all, new trade policy was implemented. New trade policy, it is related to foreign trade, right? Foreign trade means import and export. Under it, control on foreign trade was minimized. The process was made easier so that anyone can easily enter in foreign trade, and encouragement to export trade was given. Next one was new industrial policy. Under new industrial policy, licensing system was eliminated. Only 5 industries are required to take licenses now. Encouragement was given to use latest technology in doing work. Public sector role was decreased under industrial policy, and foreign investment was also encouraged through FDIs. Third one is fiscal reforms. Fiscal policy is income and expenditure policy of the government, and during that time India was facing fiscal deficit. Fiscal deficit means when expenses of any country are more than income of the country. So to overcome that fiscal deficit, to overcome the expenses of the government expenses were reduced and subsidies given to various sectors were also reduced. So these were the fiscal reforms taken under fiscal reforms. Next one is monetary reforms. Monetary reforms means reforms taken by Central Bank of the country to monitor the banking system and supply of money in the country. So under it, Central Bank of India is Reserve Bank of India. Under it, statutory liquidity ratio which the banks keep with Reserve Bank, that was increased. Cash reserve ratio which the banks keep with themselves to maintain their cash. Both the ratios, the percentage of SLR and percentage of CRR was reduced. Banks were made free to fix their interest rate. Now the banks, it was their own wish to fix their interest rate, whether to increase or decrease. But overall control was there only of Reserve Bank. Banking network was increased. Even private banks were invited to open their banks. Next one is capital market reforms. Under capital market reforms in 1991, SEBI was established, Securities Exchange Board of India, right, to monitor the share market. Before this, there was Capital Control Issue Act which was totally unable to control the share market. So SEBI was established to control the capital market. Company was made free to fix interest rate on debentures. Earlier it was 6%. In private sector, mutual funds were invited. Even private sector was able to invite people for mutual funds. Next one is dismantling price control. Price control means when government asks to sell some of the products at the price fixed by the government. But after this 1991, many products were made free from price control policy. Earlier there were many products which the sellers could not sell at the price fixed, any other price fixed by the government. After this, fertilizers were freed from this, iron and steel industry was freed from this, and petrochemical products were also freed from this. So all this is about economic policy. Under economic policy, after major steps, there is impact topic also that is not now in your syllabus, right? So don't get confused. You don't have to do impact of economic reforms. Only you have to do meaning of economic reforms, center of economic reforms, their objectives and major steps of economic reforms. Up to here you have to do this topic. You won't be doing impacts of economic reforms. That's all for today. Thank you children. All the best. Take care.